Spawning in the top right here in blue from Team Unrivaled. It is our Protoss player. It's the Drunkard ViTaL. I've actually never seen that icon for Unrivaled. That logo there. That's an intriguing logo you guys got there. Very well made. I'm being facetious. Spawning in the bottom left, his opponent from Team Composite in yellow, our Zerg player. It is LVMatterhorn. So these are two well-known players from the CTL. They've been around for quite a while, if I do recall. I just realized why everything is so laggy. I still had my stream running on the dashboard. That's why I feel so strange and laggy right now. That's probably a good idea to shut that off for a while. I was watching the stream while I was casting earlier, but I wasn't the one streaming, so it was a lot easier then. But once again, we do have a PvZ. We are going to be starting here on merry-go-round, and contrary to Matt the Cat, ViTAL's going to be looking at a gate expands, which is a lot more common to see, at least these days. I imagine it's going to be a gateway. I don't think it'll be a forge, especially not really knowing, since there's that three-player strange spawn of a map. You're not going to find your opponent immediately, so you don't want to take the risk of going for this crazy sort of cannon rush and ending up in the wrong spot. Always a bit of disaster. As it stands, both players are going to find each other. Well, never mind. I thought ViTAL was going down to the bottom right, but it looks like he's going for the top left first. Matterhorn is going top right first, so he will be able to scout out very, very quickly here. He did go pool first, so he will be able to deal with anything that is thrown his way. So this is a gateway expand. Kind of would expect to see maybe gas sometime soon, or maybe he may just be able to defend straight up with queens. Treat this a little bit like it's a ZVT. Let's get a bunch of queens early on. Gas is expanding. Make sure you can actually fend off any aggression. And a little bit of an annoying there. The drone popped in and actually was rallied to a mineral patch and forced a probe to go somewhere else. He's like, get out of here, probe. This is my mineral. I'm taking this mineral right now. ViTAL setting up nice and standard here. Has his gas down. Getting that cyber core. No zealot coming out, so he's definitely wanting to probably expand pretty soon. Not going to go for an early zealot or anything. Trying to fend off any sort of early aggression, trying to wall off completely with that zealot. He does have that choice, but he doesn't necessarily need to do that. Setting a probe out right now, so this will be an expansion. And after that, he will be adding on some defensive units, so he's going to be able to hold this expansion even, because it is very, very annoying when suddenly there's a bunch of lings in your face and you don't have anything to deal with them. And getting this expansion up and actually keeping it up until you have that mothership core out, which is being chronoed out now. So these first two lings, even though they are staying home, could be really, really annoying otherwise. As it stands, we're just going to chill out back home. Check out, make sure that he's not getting cannon rushed anywhere. Looking around, say, hey, what's up? Natural base does finish up here for Matterhorn. Gas is on the way. He's going to have speed pretty quickly. Adding on one queen. We'll be adding on a second queen pretty soon. There we go. So, yeah. Matterhorn, ViTAL, both setting themselves up for a nice little micro game here. Second gas has come down for ViTAL. No real tech choice chosen yet, but he doesn't really need to choose a tech right now. He has one sentry out. He's adding on one more gateway, probably a couple more gateways, at least one more. It is up to 3 gateways now, so he could go for a 4th one and completely wall himself off, which will be interesting. And these rocks are here, so you can... Actually, that isn't a complete wall. Never mind. There's a nice little hole there. That's good to know. Thanks, ViTAL. I struggle walling off on this map. I tried listening to Desro's wall, and it's terrible. So this is a lot better. So 2 more gateways of Forge coming up. That upgrade and cannon possibility is going to be there for ViTAL relatively soon. Matterhorn, meanwhile, taking his 3rd base. This time is compared to Koali taking his 3rd base towards his opponent. Matterhorn is expanding further away from his opponent rather than going directly into his face. One probe has snuck out, but I think, yeah, that's some pure luck there. Matterhorn's Overlord is going to see this probe putting down this pylon, so yeah, gonna have to cancel that immediately. But now he knows the probe is somewhere out there on the map. He should be using his lings a little bit more aggressively. He doesn't have speed done, so it's gonna be a little bit difficult to actually find out this probe and find those pylons. But this is going to be a kind of a rough push here. We got 3 sentries on already, a 4th one on the way, and 1 zealot. Just a bunch of sentries started here with the zealot, and the mothership core can be really, really annoying to this 3rd base. No pylon put down just yet to back that up. He does have +1 on the way, however. I'm not sure if he's going to wait for that as well with these 3 gateways, or if he's just going to go prior to +1 finish. He can try to take out this third base here. There isn't a robo finish just yet, it seems, so it's not like he's going to be doing any sort of drop into the main, force field off the ramp, anything like that. The Roach Warren is finishing off, so Matterhorn will have roaches to defend this early aggression and actually burrow on the way as well. So I'm intrigued if that's going to be, I'm not sure, that could have been a mistake. I know a lot of times I have managed to click that on accident. It is a very, very early burrow, and he's not going to be able to really use it too much unless he's just trying to use like this crazy burrow micro. Because he's not going to be able to have roach burrow movement for a while. He doesn't have lair on the way just yet. He's got a good amount of roaches that are coming out. But that is still... We have that's a lot of sentries. That is a lot of early sentries. 6 sentries this early. Sadly for ViTaL, the third base is not where he wants it to be. And now the Overlord is going to see all of these units coming in. They don't have +1 just yet. And Matterhorn is going to try to put himself in a good position to deal with this. Now ViTaL has decisions where he can fend off where he wants to, but he's going to get right on top of this is the Matterhorn. And yeah, that's going to be a recall directly out of it. You don't want to lose all of that gas this early. That is a humongous, humongous investment. Adding on a Twilight Council behind this, adding on the Robo Facility that's just about to finish up here in the natural as well. I really think he's going to need some units that have a little bit more oomph than just these sentries and those 2 zealots. Well, 3 zealots now. Luckily for ViTaL, that is a good amount of sentries, so he's going to be able to force field off and defend his base for a long time if he wants to. And I think in realizing that, he's just going for this Observer first rather than going for like a bunch of Immortals quickly, like, oh crap, I need to defend a bunch of Roaches in my base. Nah, he's not worried about that. And with that early aggression, Matterhorn was kind of, he was kept away from building a ton of workers. He does have a nice hefty 7 worker lead right now, as well as his third base has, you know, it's down, it's been there for a while. There's been a queen injecting there for a while as well. So having that base is nice, but because he was forced to have a good amount of defending units over here, that larva wasn't able to be used for any more drones. Blink on the way, the first Immortal on the way. So this could turn into just another sort of very aggressive timing push from ViTaL with a few Immortals, a lot of these sentries with a ton of energy. Look, the good thing about ViTAL's early pushes, he got out of there immediately, and he didn't use any force fields either. So he has absolutely all the energy he had to begin with. He's going to be going for this third base here. There is an annoying little Ling over here. He could dance around the pylon and probably get down the Nexus. Yeah, he's going to do exactly that. So well done by ViTAL. Make sure to get down the Nexus with that first probe. You don't have to bring another probe over there. You can just bring over his Mothership Core, take out this annoying little Ling. But now Matterhorn knows this is on the way, and he has a Spire on the way. Which gives him a lot of interesting choices to make. If that's just going to be for, if he's going to go for Mutalisk, I'm not sure. It's a possibility. He is going for those ranged upgrades, so he could go to Mutalisk, or this could just be like the preemptive. He's going to make Colossus at some point in this game, so I want to have Corruptor's Spire. Still only on these 3 bases. He does have all of his gases at each one of these bases. With the Hydra speed coming in, Roach speed coming in. Does he have Tunneling Claws yet? He's got this Burrow, but no Tunneling Claws, which is really kind of interesting. I'm not sure why he got that burrow earlier, or I feel like that was just a random mistake. I think if he would have known he had burrow, he would have just burrowed a Ling there rather than leaving it there the way it was. So I'm not even sure if Matterhorn realizes he has burrow right now. That is a distinct possibility. Because until he has that roach burrow movement, he's not able to actually get through these force fields in any real way. The Robo Bay is about 75% done here for ViTAL, so Colossus are going to be coming up pretty soon, and when the Colossus hit, these Hydras are going to get a lot less useful. So Matterhorn is definitely going to be able to do something somewhat soon. Feeling's going to run up to the natural, not really do much of anything. There's a nice little observer out here in front, just checking everything out. So he saw that coming, was able to warp in a Zealot here, make sure that wall was going to stick. So Blink has finished off another Overlord, going to get killed off here, thanks to that Blink from those Stalkers. And the first Colossus is on the way. It is going to be Mutalisk, actually, so this is going to be really annoying for ViTAL to deal with. There's not a ton of Stalkers on the field. They are over at the third base for the most part, but what's in the main? There's a lot of tech in the main, and there really isn't much to really defend it. There's a good number of pylons, and he can start making cannons, but he's not going to make cannons until he knows what's there. He does have a scouting Phoenix that's going to see, actually, it's going to run right through those Phoenix right now and sees that Spire, and now this is kind of the oh crap moment of, I have to defend 3 bases that are sped all over the damn place. There's no place for cannons right now, really, to deal with a lot of this, so he has to keep himself nice and safe with the Mothership Core, probably in a different area than his actual army, to deal with the Metalisk and all the ground forces, but I don't think Matterhorn cares. He's going to go here with absolutely everything. He's used the Metalisk to focus down this Colossus, which is I guess a good decision, but that Colossus is just not dying. That was a kind of a rather large mistake by Matterhorn. I'm not sure what the targeting happened there. I'm not sure if the Metalisk were just auto-firing on absolutely nothing, but that did not go well. That Colossus got 5 kills, and it didn't get killed off, and that was a lot of Metalisk. What Metalisk? How many Metalisk died? 15 Metalisk just died there. To not really anything important. 6,500 resources lost compared to just the 1,700 for ViTaL. So a massive, massive victory there for ViTaL. It doesn't show up in the unit, the supply count just yet, but believe me, it will show up soon. Matterhorn kind of realizing he's a little bit in a pickle right now. He's actually setting up a really nice flank. He's getting all around this army. I'm not sure if he meant to do that or if he's actually just splitting up his army in an interesting position. But now his army is in all these random pieces, which isn't going to do him too much good. There are 2 Colossus here done for ViTaL, and he's going to start pushing across the map himself. And all of this Zerg army is in such a disarray right now. Yeah, it's a few more roaches are going to be picked off here. We got 86 to 87 army supplies. These army supplies are very, very even, but what does Matterhorn really have? He's got some hydras, he's got some roaches, but what counters roaches? There's a couple of mortals in here. There's a couple of mortals. There's a ton of stalkers. What counters those hydras? There's two Colossus there. This is gonna get painful really quickly here for Matterhorn. Let's get something out there and actually deal with his composition. And even on top of those general, actual, powerful units, there's a ton of force field energy right now, and there's even a Warp Prism coming in. No pylons on the map, so he needs this Warp Prism, obviously. If Matterhorn is able to snipe that Warp Prism off, that'll be very, very nice for him. Getting one of the proxy pylons, which will be nice. Actually, he's not going to get that. ViTaL coming to protect his pylon with his main army. Now, this is just going to happen. ViTaL could choose to force field off a ton of this army, but I don't think he's going to get bothered. He's going to be throwing the Guardian Shields, force field off the right flank there. Very well done in Matterhorn realizing he's got no chance there. He's just going to call GG there. ViTaL takes a 1-0 lead in this series.